So the first question is how to flow with the flow. So a lot of people just say, yeah, just go with the flow. But for people with irritable bowel or people with a lot of chronic anxiety or panic attacks or struggling with addictions, it's not that easy to just go with the flow. If it was, then, perhaps you wouldn't be having anxiety and all these health issues that you're experiencing. So in order to go with the flow, you have to cultivate a practice where you actually know what your flow is. And you only know what your flow is by understanding what feels good to you. But a lot of the time when we have anxiety and all these chronic health issues, we don't know what feels good to us because we haven't been taught that that's important, and we had to just live by whatever we had to do to survive, to make it, and our foundation is really, really rocky because we have a lot of anxiety. We're living up to a lot of expectations, and our self-worth is based on getting something done or doing it perfectly or whatever that is. So going with the flow was never really an option because that wasn't taught to you that was even important. So how to go with the flow, it's baby steps. But the first thing is to just get still and notice kind of what feels easier. So maybe not necessarily what feels good, but start to ask yourself what feels easier to you, what feels natural to you. And maybe you don't know what that is yet, but you'll have a sense of relief or calm, or it's easy, like it's not so hard. And that might feel like really weird, and you might feel really guilty around doing that because we've been taught to work really hard for everything, and we've been taught that we'd have to hustle before we get to relax, or doing something easy or joyful only was something that you deserved after killing yourself over something. For me, that was definitely something that I struggled with before. And when I began to flow with the flow, which is what helps you heal anxiety and the bowels, right? The bowels work on like kind of a flow mechanism. You have to begin really tuning into the emotions of your body because emotions are very flowy. And there is a part of, I call it a soul, or you can even just call it your gut feelings or just you in general. What is it that feels easier to you? So you may have two different choices, and whatever's easier is your flow. That's how you flow with the flow. And sometimes you might be really confused because you don't trust the thing that's easier because we have been so deeply programmed to do what's really hard. So you have to tune in with your body and see what is easier for you. And this is very, very difficult practice for someone who works very hard, and it's baby steps. It's like understanding that you are a river inside and it's flowing somewhere. There's an ease and a naturalness that comes when you're in tune with that. And you can begin to see what is it that it's like. Forget what you're thinking and what's right or wrong or getting the thing done, but it's like the energy. Which way is it going? Is it going this direction? Is it going this direction? Is there an attractive force there? That's how you begin to flow with the flow. So I hope that answers your question in how to begin the process to flow with the flow. Is pay attention to your energy and pay attention to what's easier for you, and trust that that is your flow. Begin to anyways. Understand that there may be feelings of guilt around doing something that's easier for you, or that you don't deserve to do this, or that it's wrong to do this, and then you begin to heal. You begin to heal and understand that ease and flow is your birthright. And we've all been deeply programmed to do the exact opposite. And it's very important as well to pay attention to your emotions and also to let them flow. All kinds of emotions. They all need to flow and they all need to go. And that's how I began to heal my bowels a few years ago. I really mastered the art of letting things flow through my body, letting the emotions flow, letting it go, feeling them, and following that path of ease. But at the same time, I still needed to go through what was hard, to know that that wasn't for me, to know that my body didn't like that, and just see the physical manifestations when I tested going through the hard stuff. And sometimes when you let emotions flow, you may have these periods where you have these physical manifestations or symptoms, but they don't last. You just have to keep letting them flow. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Okay, bye.